Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Victoria 3 as Prussia on patch 1.9.8. Not 100% sure why the government buildings here in Beijing, including the Forbidden City, are not hiring up. I suspect it has something to do with the Chinese pops being discriminated against. I would hazard a guess. Violent hostility. This allows upper and middle strata work in government buildings. Yep. That's what's going on there. Okay, so we're going to want to get to offer national supremacy and get on like cultural exclusion at some point. Yeah, we'll try pushing that as the next one. In the meantime, that means these government buildings aren't doing any good. Oh, and deleting them has immediately broken the spell that was preventing all the government admin building. All the government effect. Okay, completely delete those because they're not working. Same thing here. Okay, I broke whatever the spell was, and it's okay. That'll be fun. Yeah. Plug us back up to where we were. Government admin. So cultural assurance should help because it's going to give us more just acceptance, I believe. Yeah, the question is even enough. I think it will be. At least to get them off of the... Well, maybe not even enough to get them off of violent hostility. We'll find out. Okay, military-wise, we should be able to beat Austria. We break our defensive alliance with them. Question, of course, is do I actually want to do that? Where is that diplomacy that we've got ongoing? Holy Alliance has got 18 more months at least. Okay, let's at least wait on the 18 months. So we're not breaking the deal. Okay, bureaucracy covered. Maybe it was just the UI up here that was actually broken and it wasn't actually giving the admin, because I feel like we're getting more tax revenue. Granted, this is also, as this is improving, just giving us more tax revenue, so maybe that's not surprising. Our custodian ship. There's a decent possibility cultural exclusion is going to fail, so shouldn't feel too broken up over it. There's field works, more army defense. I can do triage into Gantriclane, Ironclad, Monitor. And then we should have a functional modern navy at that point. And we're kind of just spreading everything else, which reasonably works for me. So maybe not optimal to some of the production techs we'd probably like to have sooner, but... Okay, need a little bit more government admin. We'll do Posen and a Brandenburg. Government admin shortage. Fractional distillation. I'm not going to actually implement that. Technical talents. Sure. %. We move forward. Still think it's better odds that we're going to fail cultural exclusion than succeed at this rate, but, you know, RNG can be weird sometimes. Oh, we definitely can do more construction. So let's queue up a few more things in construction. Now that I'm generating revenue pretty reliably, my first order of business is make sure that the private queue is always got the ability to build and doesn't have a queue. Everything is building, nothing is queued. Oh, I have a new mandate. Let's grab Construction 3. That way I want to get the next corporation and set that up. That corporation up. Go ahead and add more government construction. Salzweg, 3 more, please. Pharmaceuticals. You know, we'll take the first one. I don't think we really want to make use of it, but keeping the industrialists happy is not a bad idea. Backroom deals exposed. We'll just take the bureaucracy and build some more government admin. I don't think actually building one in Beijing is going to help. So I'll build in Beijing twice. Because I don't think it's going to hire up yet. We haven't sorted out the fact that the violent hostility being applied to the poor on pops. Yeah, it's 20, and then like minus 10 from freedom of conscience. Maybe not. I wonder why they're only at 10 then. Oh no, they're only 10 because they're only in the homeland. So this might actually not do anything with cultural exclusion. Poorly formulated law. We don't care about the attraction to the trade unions, so we'll buy it a little bit more time before it fails. Okay, we have gold reserves again. So, a couple different ways to deal with this. I think the first one is just going to be continuing to expand the direction. Okay, I'm just gonna risk it. We're gonna go back down to Medium, Texas. I think that's the place where we really want to be in the long run. Organized crime. Just take the authority hit for the moment. I'm actually gonna say no to this. Prague Protocol denied. This is no longer binding, so we're gonna actually withdraw from this. We got a year before we can declare on them. They also have a defensive alliance with the Russians. So that would mean I have to fight both Austria and the Russians. I don't really want to do that. See if we can get like a military alliance with the British. Build up to max type of opinion, and then try. Okay. Draft treaty. Alliance. Minus 43. Where is your minus 43 coming from? Alliance and/or defensive pacts with British rivals. I assume that's the Russians. Okay. That would probably be overcomable. In fact, we'd probably want to break that if we're going to be attacking Austria anyway. Because of the existing defensive alliance between... minus 1,000. I guess the alliance is even worse. Guess it's not showing up because it's not applicable because they just don't like us enough. Is my guess, or is it because they already have an alliance? Low tech, you're only allowed to have one. Yeah, they already have an alliance. They're allied with America. America. Being in America. Yeah, so the British being our allies is probably what we actually want to do. So we're going to actually back out of the Russian one as well. And then we're going to try to buddy-buddy with the British. And then just owe them obligation? Sure. And cultural exclusion failed. Okay. So that's not my solution to bad support of the Han population. Oh, and we start with migration controls. Well, getting a non is going to be a pain, so we're not going to try. Yeah, so if we can bring in... Make... Oh, we can almost make a stable government with the church. In fact, it's this government, or like the armed forces, or the one we started with. Only choice over government. Means more for exploitation, so we'll try that. So how's wood looking after the lumber mill set up? Could still definitely be expanded. Which maybe isn't surprising because we built vertically the construction sector at the same time. Yeah. Don't get ahead of yourself. We need to sign the law first. Austria sides with Morocco. So I'm gonna offer support to the Free British. I can ask for a war goal. Ask for unification leadership. Oh, we're currently targeting something else. They're just willing to give that. Yep. Okay. Wasn't quite ready for that, but that's how we're going hot. Don't know how this started over Morocco of all things, but it has. Grossland. I'm gonna want a lot of explosives. Explosives are up, explosives are down. Morocco back down. Let's just turn around with another declare. Okay. The Austrians aren't involved in this one. Could just join unconditionally. I suppose the backing down did not give me what I needed for my nation formation. The Austrians are still got the ability to have a leadership play, though maybe that's indication that we can probably, if England isn't busy, try to get it off the Austrians just with declaration, affirmative declaration instead of a passive one. Okay, let's grab gantry cranes to improve our economy. Do the warships. Then maybe breach loading. And then we'll probably just leave military alone for a while. Swap over to production. Okay, explosives are reasonably cheap, so we'll swap the next one over to explosives. Coal's also reasonably cheap, so come over and swap urban to gas streetlights. Try to get an obligation to offset the obligation, but they said no. Without the obligation, we'll just propose it again. That'll clear the opportunity. Okay, when does my treaty with the Austrians end? Looks like it potentially might be now. Go for a humiliate. Probably isn't going to do enough prestige damage, so we probably need to go for the launch unification play. Oh wait, the British can't come for 5 years apparently. So we're gonna wait until we get our friend, because if we just declare them directly, otherwise we're gonna have Russia involved. And no friends. Which is kind of a double whammy of what I don't want to happen. Explosives are looking fine. Let's... Oh, we're gonna queue up another explosive, because I think we're gonna need another explosive. In the rear. And we're going to swap over explosives on the iron. Yeah, explosives are expensive, but they'll come down. And then it's probably building iron. And lumber. Iron and lumber. Okay. Let's work on the lumber first. We're importing 900 lumber. And we got surplus hardwood. So let's at least build until we have the hardwood built, which is another 11 hardwood. And colonial exploitation has been a yo-yo. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's been a full-on yo-yo. Up and down and up and down. I remember when it was at some point, it was like 50, 60%. North Germany. Yeah, we're working on it. We're still Prussia. Sorry, guys. Just look over at Twitch chat, and Twitch chat's like North German border guards. Yeah, we haven't successfully did the unification play for Germany yet. Berman offers all location. Help them against the. What? What's the French up to? Yeah, I'm not. No. No. I don't want to be fighting the French, but no. Okay. So the monarch actually changed. Yeah, so it's Victoria. Okay, let's see. What happened to the... Roman back down with me as on the... AI be dumb sometimes. And of course I have a treaty with them from that, do I? Yep, that gave us a truce. Got to get them verbally out of my seat and go crump some French, but nope. Game designs I'm not allowed to. Okay, so there's colonial expectation. Which means if I place my declared interest, we could start colonizing, but I'm not sure if there's going to be any particularly great places. You know, Africa's been playing around with a lot less than I was expecting. Great Britain over Great Britain over there. But over here is actually surprisingly untouched. Do I have a redeclared interest? I do. Okay, let's get Nigerian. You want to reduce you just want to humiliate them back. No, that's... I can dumb sometimes. Like, the obvious solution here is you declare your independence, but no. Yeah, it's not on board with that. I can't transfer them as a subject. You know what? Here we go. Okay, so the front is there, it's just hard to see. Don't like how even that front is. I'm pretty sure the Americans haven't shown up. Wait, let's temporarily swap over to the defense. We're gonna obviously have to wait until the Americans go home. Still think we'll be able to defend our front, but... yeah, don't recruit conscripts from Beijing. Fill you up with conscripts. Mobilize. It'll fill you up with conscripts, which mobilize. So wait until the Americans go home, and then we swap to the attack. All we gotta do is overrun Alsace-Lorraine, and we win the war. Against the French. That's the plan. We'll see if that works. Also send the fleet out. The fleet's probably going to immediately lose. Let's push those to the top of the queue. This will help immediately with the current ongoing war. Okay, so they're going to go surrender, and they're going to get reduced. But America made the mistake, or France made the mistake, and America, to be fair, of putting war goals on me. So I won't peace out when the Bremens do. We'll carry on the war. Okay, I'm going to basically do the functional goal of war taxes. Raise the taxes, please. We can sustain the burn here. Okay, apparently haven't inflicted enough casualties on the Americans yet. Get them to go home. And of course we're being blockaded. Yeah, I wasn't accounting for the clout for anti-German sentiment here coming from the Americans. Oh, there we go. I think we're gonna lose. Yep, we're gonna lose, so we're gonna lose the Rhineland. You know what I should have done at the beginning of this part? I should have saved. How far back we can go. How long has the war been going on for? Because this is obviously a mistake to join in. Overview. When's the war been? Since. Or is the war not going to tell me? You know, we'll just go ahead and load the oldest autosave. And hopefully that's far enough back that we're pre-war. I have a suspicion it probably isn't. And it isn't. Honestly, this isn't a, I can't beat the French. This is I can't beat the Americans. So yeah, the Americans are gonna win. Well, it's been a long time since I've done Prussia. I'm thinking of actually starting over at this point. Honestly. Yeah, we're gonna start over. The Beijing... Because of the changes with the... And I haven't played it since the culture changes, right? But the change of the culture, yoinking Prussia, like yoinking Beijing like that is a lot less valuable. Because the Forbidden City doesn't work, and the government admin doesn't work, and... Ran up a bunch of expenses there. We did the Schleswig-Holstein stick right. We're in a good position to potentially do something against Austria. In fact, yeah, we're probably in a place to do something against Austria if we weren't dead in this war. Hindsight, I forgot one reason to leave the defensive cooperation on. Which is, then you have defensive cooperation. So I should have gone up to 2. Yeah, should have probably gone up to like 2 or 3. Keep the French from trying to take my power block people for me. So yeah, we're gonna start over. If you're watching on YouTube, this is I'm gonna go ahead and put a part break in here. We're gonna do a quick restart. Starting from the top. Made some mistakes. It's been a while since I've done Prussia. We're definitely going along the path to deal with the border war, but not quite doing it the right way, apparently. So, till the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And if you're watching on Twitch, I'll go ahead and get a new cup of tea between parts. So we'll start back up with a new cup of tea. So until the next part, bye for now.